Hey guys, welcome back to this lecture, Understanding High Availability and the Challenges. In this lecture, we will learn about what is high availability and what are the challenges that we get when we install or when we implement high availability in Prometheus. So guys, throughout the lecture, we will use HA for the high availability, so please don't get confused with that. Okay, so let us start with the lecture. So the very first thing, high availability in Prometheus ecosystem means, or in any ecosystem means, your system should be available as much as possible despite of few components or services went into the outage, right? So your system should always be up and should always be serving your purpose. So if your monitoring system itself is down, your monitoring is in risk, right? Your environment is in risk of the different events, from the different events. So your monitoring system should always be up and should always be implemented in the high availability fashion. Okay, now the next thing is high availability can be implemented in different layers in Prometheus ecosystem. Now, if we talk about the Prometheus ecosystem, then there are different components, as different components make the ecosystem. So you will have to take care of high availability in all those components which are making your ecosystem. If you are making your Prometheus highly available and you are not taking care of alert manager, then alert manager will become the bottleneck of the monitoring, right? So you might have to implement the HA at each and every different layers so as to make your system highly available. Okay, the main challenges comes in managing the operational complexities with highly available Prometheus implementation. Okay, so what happens now? Suppose in the first lecture where we have implemented Prometheus as a service in Linux machine, what if I want to make that highly available? What would I do? I can implement, or I can install or run Prometheus service in the similar machine in different availability zone. Okay, and I can specify the same Prometheus configuration in both the Prometheus instances. That way both the Prometheus instances will be scraping the metric of the same target at the same time, right? So if a single Prometheus instance goes down as well, your second Prometheus instance will still be active and will be monitoring your system, right? So this way I can implement Prometheus or high availability, but this includes the operational complexities as well, because now you'll have to manage the two instances. You'll have to manage the networking between those, you'll have to manage the communication and other aspects. So this way, when you go layer by layer and you implement such high availability aspects or implementations, then you'll see different challenges because of the operational tasks that are required to manage that. Okay, now the next thing is distributed systems present different challenges at different layers while implementing the high availability strategy. Yes, so nowadays in distributed system, it is a possibility that your one target system is in Kubernetes, other is in OpenShift, third is in Docker, or fourth is running as in VMware. Then how would you implement the high availability in Prometheus? That is again a challenge. So there, at such places, a very good strategy is required to implement the high availability. Okay, now the next is cost is also one major factor which can be considered while implementing high availability in Prometheus ecosystem. Now, obviously, if you are going the approach which we discussed few seconds back, then obviously it will increase the cost of running a new instance in the parallel. So this way, cost will also be a major factor when deciding about the high availability in Prometheus ecosystem. So these were few challenges which can come when you think about the high availability, and in the upcoming lectures we will overcome these challenges as well in different forms, and we will also see some managed services which can help us with the high availability and also can reduce our operational complexities. So this was all about this lecture, guys. In the next lecture we will take a step forward and we'll understand the Prometheus in more details. I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you.